Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money with your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 377 of Screw the Commute podcast. I'm here with Mitch Davis, an old friend of mine. He is quite an entrepreneur. He's been on the show, I think this is third or fourth time. He's got such a great entrepreneurial story to tell. You want to look up some of his past episodes, but he's got something new for us today, but really old. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. Hope you didn't miss episode 376. That was spot training with Fiverr. This is a highly efficient way to get training on various software and things you need for your business. Very cheap and gets it done like instantly. Even on holidays, evenings, weekends, you can get what you need to do for very cheap with Fiverr. All right, how would you like to hear your own voice here on Screw the Commute? Well, if the show's helped you out at all in your business or given you an idea to start a business, we want to hear about it. Check out screwthecommute.com. Look for a little blue sidebar that says send a voicemail. Click on it, talk into your phone or computer, tell me how the show's helped you out, and also put your website in there so you can get a great big shout out in your own voice on a future episode of Screw the Commute. Now, while you're over at Screw the Commute, we have some freebies for you. And one of them has just one tip in this ebook I'm giving you for free has saved me 7.5 million keystrokes. And we're not exaggerating. We actually kind of estimated and figured it out one time. This helps you run your business lightning fast, cut your workload down like crazy. So check it out and grab a copy of it. We sell it for $27, but it's yours free for listening to the show at screwthecommute.com/automate free. Screwthecommute.com/automate free. And one other freebie we got for you is our podcast app at screwthecommute.com/app. That's APP, where you can put us on your cell phone and tablet. It does all kinds of cool things. We got training to show you how to use it, and you can take us with you on the road. All right, everybody's still freaking out from this pandemic. I'm not. My students aren't. But I know there's a lot of pain and suffering out there, but I've been preaching for years to try to get you out of that so you can make money from home legitimately, which I have been doing 26 years straight. Okay. I mean, literally 44 years straight, but that was before the internet. I was still working from home. And what this does is it doesn't matter if they're telling you, the kids are supposed to go to school. Oh, no, don't send them to school. No, send them. No, don't send them. They'll catch on fire if they go to school. I don't know what the heck's going on out there. But, people are having to quit their jobs to take care of the kids at home. And that's just crazy in today's atmosphere when you could be selling stuff from home with a good online business, either as a side hustle or your main thing. So I've been teaching this for 22 years, but I formalized the training, went through living hell for 3 years to get the license, the only dedicated licensed internet marketing school in the country. And it's distance learning. So you can be anywhere that you can hear this and get a great education. And we have people making money before they even graduate. I mean, without being in debt for the rest of your life and learning how to protest is what they're teaching you now in school. So check it out at imtcva.org. And also a little later, I'll tell you how you can get a scholarship to it. And by the way, folks, this is certified by the State Council on Higher Education in Virginia. All right, so this was a lot of jumping through hoops to get this school going so that you could have a legitimate, high-quality education that is in high demand because the skills are needed by every single business on earth. All right, let's talk about that more later. All right, let's get to the main event. Mitch Davis is here. You may know him as the brains behind Expert Click. This is the place where I have all my listings and press releases and all this stuff that he does for me. And also the Yearbook of Experts, which he started in 1984. But today he's going to talk about another thing. If you have any aspirations of speaking, and you should, I know people, hate speaking, but I'll tell you what, it's made me millions of dollars and sold a lot of my offline stuff. And, it's just been so good for my career. But he also runs the International Platform Association. It's a speakers bureau that was founded in 1831, and I never dreamed he was this old. He does not look it. I just can't believe it that he's founded this in 1831. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. So
Dan Webster founded it.
Well, we'll talk about that. I mean, I don't want to reveal your age, so if you want to put it on somebody else, it's okay. But he's rolling out a new service that helps speakers find gigs. And guess what? It's free. It's called Speaker Leads, and you can, it's got a Twitter account. He's going to tell you all about this stuff. But the crazy part is it's free because now speakers bureaus, the mainstream ones, yeah, they're free also, but try to get into one. Good luck. All right. So anyway, Mitch, are you ready to screw?
Absolutely.
The commute. So good talking to you, man. He's up there in D.C. Freezing himself to death like I am down here in Virginia Beach. But tell us about this new gig you got going.
Well, I noticed that the news media and the speaking business are sort of merging because so many speaking events are virtual these days.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like Tom has his own radio station here having a podcast, and he has guests on. So the question of all these meetings, where they're now virtual presenters, virtual events, it's like the news media. They've merged together so they're like a new cable channel. So finding people media interviews is very similar to finding them gigs in a world where it's virtual. Now, hopefully in a year, it'll not be virtually anymore. We can do real speeches. But I realized my people, my experts, my spokespersons wanted media gigs, but speaking gigs are sort of like media gigs these days because they're both virtual. So I decided, why don't we look and find virtual speaking gigs and share those gigs with my members, tweet those gigs, email the most appropriate ones out to given experts. Like I have public relations experts, and I found all these public relations virtual conventions, and I've gotten them booked as virtual presenters at these conventions. And I called it Speaker Leads because it's leads for speakers. And there's a Twitter account you can follow, and you just go to the domain name speakerleads.com and you can find it. And yeah, you have to apply to join, but I check people out because I don't want weirdos in my system. I want bona fide speakers to be following me.
Well, that cuts me out.
Yeah, I know. You're out of this thing. But all you got to do is go to speakerleads.com and click request to follow, and you'll follow. We also run the International Platform Association, which is a big site of speakers and speaker bureaus. If you're a bureau, you can join for free. If you're a speaker, there's a sliding scale depending on how old you are. If you're 70, you get it in for $70. And we always give discounts. So if you join International Platform after hearing this audio, don't forget to ask for a discount when you call in with your credit card.
Now, you mean if I'm 30, I'll only pay $30?
No. The base rate is $195 a year.
Oh, I thought we were going to give the young people a break.
Well, I do give people breaks. If they call,
so if you're 90, you got to pay $90?
No. We just wanted to cut off at 70. And I had somebody join today who was 69, and I gave him the $70 price. But you can see that site at internationalplatform.org. But it's merging together, and there are all these events out there, and the meeting planners are desperate to have people present at their events. And if you follow the Twitter account, you'll probably find about 50 events already posted. And if you opt in at Expert Clicks News Release Wire, you'll get the email send out with all the events in it. Why is it free? Because I'm helping my meeting planners. I'm attracting people to the audience. Oh, and I do run an ad in the feed.
So what was that that last site again? Expert Clicks what?
Expertclick.com is the main site.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but I thought you said something else there.
The site where the leads are is Speaker Leads.
Speaker Leads, right?
And we have a news release wire that comes out of our Expert Click website. And if you subscribe to that, you'll get our news feed and you'll get the speaking events, all free.
Okay.
How do I pay for it? I pay for it because it helps my speakers, and also I run advertising on it.
All right. So, we probably should. It's been a while since you're on. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about Expert Click and the Yearbook of Experts.
It started out as the talk show guest directory, and it sort of morphed into being the Yearbook of Experts because all kinds of journalists wanted it.
You were still waiting tables when you started this, right?
I was still waiting tables when I started it. I started this in 1984, 2 years after I got out of college, and I got the idea from a company that wanted to hire me, but they went belly up before I started. So who knows? But it's a great idea, and
I want these entrepreneurs to hear this. You were waiting tables, and I think, if what I recall, it took you $6,000 to start this thing in 1984, which is, a lot of money. And
it was having a computer. Okay, the computer cost me $4,000.
Yeah.
The first mailing cost me $2,000. My first advertiser was the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep Bear Arms. So you just have to go out and find the people who are interesting and want to promote themselves, and they become your customers. And now I have the network effect. I have enough people in a system, more people are attracted to me, and that's what Speaker Leads is to do, is attract more people to my site, more activity, and I share the leads. And the best part about the leads I share is you can share them too. So if you go into that Twitter feed and you find an event that's just not right for you, but you know somebody it's right for, cut and paste that lead, send it to your buddy, and he can find out about it. The only thing I ask is, quote me, is where you found it. It's speakerleads.com.
Yeah, it's a great service. And what kind of events are you getting?
There are a lot of conventions that used to be live in person, like the National Association of Government Communicators, like the International Association of Business Communicators. Hey, I've even got a show on this time for the people that run the internet submarine cables around the world, because they're concerned about security, and all these people are in that business. There are a lot of leadership events, a lot of wellness events, and there's also a lot of computer events, because computer events are big, and a lot of computer events happen.
Wow.
But I'm already having people find gigs, and customer service is big too. Also philanthropy, caring and giving is big too. But just go look at the site.
Are they mostly using Zoom?
A lot of stuff is Zoom, yeah. Yeah, Zoom is big time on this thing.
Well, I wish I had bought stock in that, baby.
Oh, yeah, well, sometimes you miss things and sometimes you get them, buddy. That's what it's about. Who knows what's the next thing going up, though? That's what I want to hear about.
Parler, I wish they got 5 million new subscribers in 1 week. An alternative to Twitter.
Oh yeah, and they don't boot out some people, so They got lots of good stuff there. Absolutely.
Yeah. So how long have I been with you?
I think you joined about 1986 when you were doing Prank Masters.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. It was probably it was about 88, I think, is when
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've been around a long time, and I have a lot of people who've been with me for 20 and 30 years.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing to me they stick around.
Because
but there's two things here. There's two networks. One network is for the journalists and experts at Expert Click. The other network is for speakers and meeting planners at the International Platform Association, and you can see that site at internationalplatform.org. And it links from the Speaker Leads account too. So just start at speakerleads.com and you'll find everything.
All right, but they don't you have a deadline coming up for your Yearbook of Experts?
Our 37th annual Yearbook of Experts closes on January 31st. And you can see the 36th live at expertbook.com. Just download the PDF. It'll help you with your networking because you'll find lots of people in the Expert Book at expertbook.com. Download that PDF. Or go to expertclick.com and search on your keywords to find experts.
Yeah, and also this is a legit press release service.
It goes to Google News. It goes to Lexus. It goes out in a feed to talk radio.
Explain that concept, because see, there's so many of these quote free press release sites. But
Well, there's a lot of press release sites, and all they do is they syndicate your content to some unranked page of some bogus journalist website. And they don't really engage the host. There's no host calling you back to say, I want to interview you on my program. And that's the biggest break. That's the biggest disjunction or break in most of these news releases. Is all they're doing is putting you on some site on some subpage.
But you got to qualify to be in the places you're at, right?
Yeah, because the talk show host wants to find real people. They want to find interesting people. That's the key.
No, but I mean, just to qualify for you to be connected with Google News, they just don't take everybody.
And Google News doesn't take everybody. And LexisNexis pays us for the content. Mm-hmm. So you put a news release in my system, LexisNexis is going to give me a few pennies every time somebody puts in my system. So they are totally wanting legit stuff. And I've had the New York Times find my people through Lexis, looking at all kinds of topics. And I'm very careful who I let in this system. I want real people. That's why I won't accept every request at speakerleads.com. I won't accept those requests from people without photos, without some reality, without already having some followers themselves, because I don't want my leads diluted by people that aren't interested.
Yeah, and then the leads will say, well, this is bogus and I'm wasting my time. And
because we have to get those leads. And the meeting planners, they want to know they're getting real people.
Right.
But the biggest thing I can do for a meeting planner is I go to Amazon, I get a copy of my book, and it goes prime delivery right to that meeting planner. And he's got 600 guests in that book available for interview right then and there. Mm-hmm. So we've got the legitimacy to make this work. And Tom, there's an old joke about the expert book, and that is you're an expert as soon as your check clears, because the people have to have skin in the game to want to be listed, and they have to be professionally interested in answering those phone calls and going on those interviews, which is why I don't take free listings in the book, and I don't include speakers for free in the International Platform Association.
Yeah, and that's to their benefit, because that means they're not going to be lumped in with a bunch of riffraff.
Exactly. You've got to have some reality to yourself. And one thing I've learned is if they can't take a phone call, are they real?
Right.
That's one of the big things in life, because the host is thoroughly dependent on that guest being there when the host goes live on the air. The same way a meeting planner is totally dependent on that speaker being there available. So never blow it off, and always get there for the Zoom call 5 minutes early. Always email the host of that Zoom call an hour ahead of time saying, I'm going to be there 5 minutes early, because it's just like a talk show host. The talk show host can't promote you as being on the air in 5 minutes. He can't look out that glass window and see you in the green room.
Yeah. So give them the sites again.
The first place to go to start is speakerleads.com, and that leads to the Twitter account, twitter.com/speakerleads. And that will lead you to the International Platform Association at internationalplatform.org. And the main website we have is expertclick.com. That's where you'll find all the experts. And expertbook.com is where we have the printed yearbook of experts free as a download. But just start at speakerleads.com. You'll find everything there. And when you follow me at Speaker Leads, I'll email you back to say, welcome to the system.
Yeah, so we'll have all those in the show notes, folks, along with my mentor program, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, which, between me and Mitch, we'll make you superstars, because you got to have that that presence online to be even more attractive to the people that want you to speak. So thanks for coming on. Oh, also you get the scholarship to the school if you're in my mentor program. So check that out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. So thanks, Mitch, for coming on. We want to get this out really quick so people can get fired up and get ready and get lined up with this so they can grab those leads and be ready to hit the road running at the first of the year.
Thank you for having me on as a guest, Tom.
All right. We'll catch you next time, everybody. We'll see you later. Hit that speakerleads.com. See you later.